At exactly 2:13 a.m., the knocking started. Not on the door. Not on the window. From the floor. Chinedu froze on his mattress, heart pounding as the door thud echoed beneath him. This was their third night in the new house, and no one had warned them about noises. Lagos was loud, yes, but this felt deliberate. "Did you hear that?" his younger sister whispered from across the room. Before he could answer, the sound stopped. Then came a faint voice. Not above. Not outside. From under the floorboards. "Let me out." Chinedu didn't sleep again that night. Because deep down, he knew one thing. Houses don't beg. People do. Their mother had called it a miracle. A spacious, affordable house in a decent neighborhood, almost suspiciously cheap. The landlord had barely asked questions, eager to close the deal quickly. "God has answered our prayers," she said. But Chinedu noticed things others ignored. The faded stains on the wooden floors. The slight unevenness in the planks. The way the previous tenants had left in a hurry, no forwarding address, no explanations. Neighbors avoided eye contact. One old woman across the street muttered something about people who hear too much. Still, rent was paid. Boxes unpacked. And that night, as Chinedu stepped across the living room, the floor creaked louder than expected. Not like old wood. Like something shifting beneath. The next morning, Chinedu inspected the living room carefully. One plank stood out, slightly darker, scratched, almost as if it had been removed before. He pressed his foot on it. It sank slightly. "Probably termites," his mother said dismissively. But termites don't whisper. Later that evening, while sweeping, his sister dropped a spoon. It rolled, slowly, straight toward that same plank, and stopped. As if something beneath had caught it. Chinedu crouched down and tapped lightly. Tap, tap. A pause. Then. Tap, tap. A response. His blood ran cold. That evening, Chinedu approached the old woman across the street. "You live in that house?" she asked, eyes narrowing. "Yes, Ma." She sighed deeply, as if carrying a burden too heavy to share. "People who stay there don't stay long." "Why?" She leaned closer, her voice barely above a whisper. "Because the house remembers." Chinedu frowned. "Remembers what?" She pointed at the ground. "What was buried doesn't stay quiet forever." Before he could ask more, she shut her door. The knocking returned. This time louder. More desperate. Thud. 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 Chinedu jumped out of bed and stepped into the living room. The air felt heavier, colder. "Hello," he shouted, voice trembling. Silence. Then. "Help me." The voice was clearer now. A man's voice. Weak. Broken. Chinedu's breath caught. "Who are you?" No answer. Just scratching. Like fingernails against wood. The next day, Chinedu couldn't ignore it anymore. He grabbed a screwdriver and knelt beside the suspicious plank. His hands trembled as he pried it open. The wood lifted with resistance, like it didn't want to be disturbed. Beneath it. Darkness. And a smell. Rotten. Damp. Ancient. He shined a torch inside. At first, nothing. Then. A handprint on the dirt below. Fresh. Hindu rushed to the internet cafe and searched the address. One result stood out. Young man missing after renting apartment, no trace found. The article was old, nearly forgotten. The photo showed a smiling man. The same face Chinedu saw in his dreams the night before. That night, sleep finally came, but it brought something worse. Chinedu stood inside the house, but it wasn't his anymore. The walls looked newer, brighter. The missing man was there. Laughing. Talking on the phone. Then someone knocked. The man opened the door. Darkness rushed in. Hands grabbed him. pulled him down. Through the floor. Chinedu woke up screaming. Determined, Chinedu widened the opening. This time, he climbed down. The space beneath wasn't small. It was a hidden room. The walls were covered in scratch marks. And names. Dozens of names. In the corner lay bones. Human bones. Stacked. Forgotten. But not at peace. A whisper echoed around him. They didn't leave. Chinedu turned. No one was there. But something was watching. Above him, the floorboard slammed shut. Darkness swallowed him whole. The walls began to pulse. Like a heartbeat. The house wasn't just hiding something. It was alive. Chinedu clawed at the walls, shouting for help. The whispers grew louder. Stay. Join us. Cold hands brushed against his skin. He wasn't alone anymore. Above, his mother heard the noise. She rushed in, screaming his name. The floor cracked open. For a moment, their eyes met. Then, he was pulled back. Gone. The house fell silent again. Too silent. His mother searched. Called police. Nothing was found. Just a perfectly intact floor. Months later, a new family moved in. The rent was cheap. The house was perfect. That night, at exactly 2:13 a.m., a knock echoed from beneath the floor. A new voice whispered, "Help me." And something beneath the floorboard smiled.